This week's episode of Supernatural was Live Free or Twihard. That's basically one of the best titles ever. Once again, we had another, I would consider, a filler episode with some strong points. They went there with the Twilight theme. They might be a year or two too late, but it was funny. I'm sorry, it was hysterical. The guy who was playing Edward Cullen had the Edward Cullen eyes down. You know that look he has in the... It's having them be Robert and Kristen, and then the girl's bedroom. Oh god, I'm patenting. Sam lets Dean get turned into a vampire. I'm not gonna lie, I was tripping out. It took me a good while longer than it should have to realize that Sam was using Dean as bait, because I was so, like, shocked. I didn't know what to think. I was like, holy crap, he just let Dean get turned into a vampire. And then I'm like, Dean's a vampire now. How are they gonna do that? And that's when they bring in Grandpa Campbell, and it becomes obvious that Grandpa Campbell is a plot device. I think the main purpose of his character is to be a wild card. That they can bring him in with all of these old school remedies and cures and weaponry and what have you, and just fight anything. So Dean gets turned into a vampire. That's okay, we can cure him. Sam can get turned into a werewolf later on, and oh, that's alright, because we can cure him, you know? I just feel like there's once again a downgrade of the big bads this season. With the exception of the shapeshifter, they're kind of wussing out the evilness factor. Clearly there is something else going on with Grandpa Campbell. Kind of spun him slightly differently. Now you're inclined to trust him a little bit, because he called Sam out. Grandpa Campbell seemed upset that Sam used Dean as bait, and I don't know if that's because Grandpa Campbell has real concerns about Dean's well-being, or if he's more concerned that Sam was lying to him. I'm not clear on that, but it made me just think maybe I can trust him. I don't yet, obviously, Grandpa Campbell, but the thought is planted now. I don't understand how Dean can just get in the car with him at the end. I don't know how Dean can go through all of that and, almost bite Lisa. He's kind of dented that relationship, and, that's all because of Sam. And they didn't even catch the alpha in the end, so, Dean went through all that basically, for nothing more than to say vampires aren't afraid of us. Next week, it looks like we're finally gonna get some answers, finally, thank God. My first thought when Dean could hear Sam's heart beating, I was like, well, at least we know it's beating. That's a plus size. Almost said plus size. And I was thinking, can you hear Grandpa Campbell's heart beating or just Sam's? Dean freaking decapitating every vampire in the place was awesome, but I didn't like Grandpa's... I thought Grandpa Campbell had a interesting line when he said, at least we know he has some Campbell in him, or there's some Campbell in Dean after all. I was like, what are you implying by that? That Dean's not hardcore? Isn't that what Dean does, is like kill things violently? I know Grandpa Campbell hasn't been around to see that side of Dean. Sam's just telling Grandpa Campbell and all the Campbells all about their secrets and everything, all about Dean. Don't you think he would have told him how he hacks and slashes things to death? I don't know. I like Lisa. I do. I want her to stick around to be there in the end. Dean can start finally living his life for himself. That's what I want to happen in the end. With Sam, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think a normal life is out of the question for Sam at this point. His character has gone way too far in the wackadoodle direction. I'm super stoked for next week. Finally we get some answers. We just have to have some sort of grounding for Sam. The Campbells can remain a mystery, Cass, God, whatever, these weapons from heaven, they can all remain a mystery. We need to know what's up with Sam if you're going to continue putting them in the car together and having them in the motel rooms together. We need to know what's up. You gotta fill us in on that year that we've missed. You have to. Come on now. Work with me. Alright, so that was my review of Live Free or Twihard. Oh my god. So let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you guys on Tuesday when I post a video of me and John. So I will see you then. Sante. Halloween Town's on tonight and I'm super excited, so you should watch that. It's on Disney Channel tonight at 8:10, I think. I've been watching Halloween Town every Halloween for 12 years. Heck to the yes. Criminal Minds fans, Rossi is slowly growing on me. Slowly, just a little.